wants to know what your new price target is, Kathy. So where are you now on where that stock goes?
The price targets have gone up considerably.
네, 안녕하세요. 메이저쉬프트입니다. 자, 캐시우드가 얘기하죠. 목표 주가가 올라갔다. 얼마나요? Considerably. 상당히 많이 올라갔다. 자, 요새 테슬라 때문에 힘들어하시는 주주님들 상당히 많으실 텐데요. 캐시우드가 등판했습니다. 인터뷰 날짜 미국 시간 3월 8일이고요. 영상 보시고 힘내시길 바랍니다.
About Tesla specifically, which is now off 37% from the recent highs, is down another more than 5% today. Everyone wants to know what your new price target is, Kathy, because the last time you gave that price target, it seemed crazy to a lot of people, and then not so much when Tesla actually rocketed 700%. So where are you now on where that stock goes?
Well, we're about to publish, I'm hoping it's within a week or two, our new forecasts. Our confidence in Tesla has gone up for a number of reasons. One, it didn't lose share of the electric vehicle market when all of the traditional luxury brand names started bringing their own electric vehicles to market. Now, we expect it will lose share, but our expectation was that its share would go from 17% at the end of 2018 down to 11% as more electric vehicles were coming out. Instead, what happened? Its share moved up to more than 20% and roughly 80% in the US market, 80% of electric vehicles. So that's the first source of confidence, market share up, not down. The second is autonomous. We believe that Elon Musk, who over the weekend tweeted out that he would offer, or Tesla would offer, full service driving to anyone who wanted it, saw an incredible burst in demand. So for him to be able to do that suggests to us that he's going to be able to show us the way to autonomous much faster than most analysts and investors. The probability we have put on Tesla really winning the lion's share of the autonomous taxi network market in the United States also has gone up. So you might imagine the price targets have gone up considerably.
I have a broader question on Tesla in a moment, Kathy, but quickly first, on self-driving technology, are you saying all of the revelations and news from the company in the last couple of weeks has only improved your outlook on the company? Because some analysts, based on the response to a Freedom of Information request, were underwhelmed by the outlining that they're more like level 2 in terms of that technology than perhaps some expected the announcement to be.
자, 자율주행 레벨에 대해 조금 말씀을 드려볼게요. 레벨 2는 운전자가 직접 운전을 해야 하고요.
컴퓨터가 특정 주행 모드에서 핸들과 속도를 조절할 수 있습니다. 레벨 3는 컴퓨터가 특정 주행 모드에서 차량을 모두 제어하고요. 운전자는 컴퓨터에 개입 요청 시에 대체해야 합니다. 레벨 4는 이미 맵핑되어 있는 공간에서는 운전자의 개입 없이 컴퓨터가 모든 걸 다 제어합니다. 레벨 5는
모든 주행 상황에서 컴퓨터가 차량 제어를 완전히 수행합니다. 자, 테슬라는 지금 레벨 2입니다. 그럼 왜 아직도 레벨 2냐? 웨이모는 레벨 4인데. 자, 웨이모 먼저 얘기하면 웨이모는 현재 미국 애리조나에서 운전자 없이 로보택시 서비스를 하고 있습니다. 굉장히 소량으로요. 하지만 이 웨이모는 이미 매핑이 된 공간, 굉장히 작은 지역에서만 운행이 가능합니다. 포인 A에서 포인 B까지 가는데 이게 아직은 좌회전을 못합니다. 그래서 좌회전 없이 가기 때문에 길을 뺑 돌아가게 됩니다. 매핑이 그렇게 돼 있기 때문이죠. 한마디로 치면 자율주행 자동차라기보단 레일 위를 달리는 전차라고 하는 게 더 맞을 것 같습니다. 차선 변경, 가속, 감속, 신호대기는 하지만 새로운 맵이나 좌회전 등 돌발 상황이 잦은 임무는 아직 못하는 거죠. 자, 반면 테슬라는 포인 A에서 포인 B까지 갈 수 있는데 왜 아직도 레벨 2일까요? 그건 테슬라에서 강력하게 자기들은 레벨 2라고 주장을 했기 때문입니다. 매뉴얼에도 그렇게 써놨고요. 웨이모와 다르게 테슬라는 수많은 고객들이 자율주행을 사용하는 거기 때문에 혹시 모를 사고를 대비해 항상 운전자가 전적으로 감독을 하라고 하는 거죠. 레벨 3 혹은 4이라고 말해놔서 운전자가 잠이라도 자다가 사고가 나버리면 운전자도 운전자지만 테슬라에서도 엄청나게 많은 돈을 물어줘야 됩니다. 그리고 또한 매핑이 되어 있는 지역만을 다니는 건 테슬라의 목표가 아닙니다. 순수하게 컴퓨터가 새로운 길이라도 운전을 할 수 있게 만드는 게 목표이기 때문이죠. 그렇기 때문에 레벨 4가 될 수도 없는 거고요. 레벨 5가 아니면 3, 4는 의미가 없다는 겁니다. 그래서 줄곧 레벨 2를 고집해 왔는데 이번 연도 안에 레벨 5를 도달할 거라고 발표를 했으니까 자율주행에 굉장히 가까워지지 않았나 생각이 됩니다.
Well, we believe that Tesla has been doing this differently, staging the movement into autonomous differently from other companies like Waymo and Cruise Automation. And so I can understand why there's some confusion. We think that their strategy is not market by market ultimately, but national. And so I think there's a misunderstanding about how they're going to market.
My broad question on Tesla, Kathy, and you have been so right on this company and so many other companies that I sit here and think, who am I to even bother asking this question? But I think it is fair to compare things today to Amazon, to people who were right to be bullish on Amazon as it pulled back in 1999 for a couple of years because of where it is now. But it did take almost a decade for it to get back above its pre-pullback 99 peak. During a period of time when it continued to take market share, continued to grow revenues, continued to grow profit, but there was a 9-year period where the share price was underwater. Is that not possible to apply to Tesla going here, even if you're absolutely right that the company's top and bottom lines continue to grow, continue to take share?
Well, I know the Amazon story well because I was living, eating, and breathing it the entire time. So what we saw in the tech and telecom bust was the recognition that we were not ready for prime time for a lot of the companies evolving at that time. And so there were a wave of bankruptcies and the psychology became, many people thought that the internet was a figment of Wall Street's imagination and that no one would make any money off of it, and Amazon included. And the time period you're talking about, Wilfred, was when Amazon basically was saying, look, we will be as close to cash flow neutral as possible, but we are going to turn every revenue dollar we possibly can back into investing. That's how they won. But they did not show profitability, not any substantial profitability, but often losses for many, many years. They just believed that if they invested aggressively at that time, that they would win the lion's share of the online retail market. And that was absolutely right. I think Tesla has already passed through that phase of its life. It did invest aggressively, and it has on four metrics. It is leading the charge, so to speak. Battery technology costs lower than anyone else's out there and will remain lower. Artificial intelligence chip, it designed its own. No one else has designed its own chip. This is analogous to Apple in the day. Cellular companies, Nokia, Ericsson, and Motorola didn't see the future. Apple did, and yet it couldn't get Qualcomm or Intel to move quickly enough. It had to design its own chip. And of course, now Apple basically accounts for the lion's share of all the profits from smartphones in the world. We think this is going to happen also with Tesla. Maybe not worldwide because we know China wants its own champion. But that AI chip that Tesla designed, our analyst said, was 4 years ahead of where NVIDIA was at the time. And this was a couple of years ago.
자, 그 분석가가 누구냐? 저걸 어떻게 하냐 하면 그게 바로 제임스 왕인데 엔비디아에서 2006년부터 2015년까지 9년 동안 프로덕트 매니저로 있다가 그 다음에 아크로 넘어갔기 때문이죠.
They have more data collected than any other company by orders of magnitude, not just by any other company, but by all other companies out there, because the largest pool of data with the highest quality is going to win in the AI game. They have the largest pool of data. And finally, until very recently, Tesla was the only automobile manufacturer able to improve performance of its cars with over-the-air software updates. I got my Model 3 in 2018. Never had a problem except a nail in the wheel, which they couldn't correct over the air, of course. Never a problem. So what they've done is extraordinary. And I think this is their market to lose. I think they're in a very, very different place also. We're not in the tech and telecom bust. We are 20 years later. All of the seeds for what is happening now were planted back then. Now they're coming to fruition.
자, 캐시가 너무너무 완벽하게 정리를 잘해줘서 더 이상 더 할 게 없는 것 같습니다. 요새 주가가 재미없다고 너무 기죽지 마시고요. 같이 화이팅 하셨으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.